everyone, it's Roisin and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a July TBR. So I'm going to pick 6 to 8 cards, and these cards are really cute. They are by Crafty with Her, I think. It's got loads of different ones, so like choose a book that you were gifted, choose a book from your top shelf, choose a book that begins with the, choose a book that's part of a series. So I've got these, I'm just shuffling them. I haven't ever used them before, so what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to pick 8 books, and I'm going to pick the books that I want, and then I'll show you them all at the end instead of picking them up as we go along, and I'll tell you what they're all about in the end. So I'm going to pick all of my cards and then tell you what they're all about and that sort of stuff at the end. So I've got one, and it says choose a book from your bottom shelf. So don't know what that is, but got that there. Fan them out. That one. Okay. Choose a book that's been on your TBR the longest. Alright, that's 2. Choose a book with 1-word title. That might be a bit challenging, but let's see what I can do. Okay, choose a book that's part of a series. So that's 4 books so far. Okay, choose a book that's won an award. I'm going to need to do a lot of research on that because I haven't got a clue. But I think I might have a book that I want to read that might have won an award. Okay, choose a book that's written by a woman. That's going to be quite easy. How many have I done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6. So 2 more. Choose a book that you are scared to pick up. That's 7, and then 8. Choose a book that's published this year. So that's 8 of the prompts. So there's 8. I'm just going to go see what I can pick and then come back and show you what I've picked. Hi everyone, I am back. I just had a little bit of a mix up because the one that I wanted to do there for an award hasn't won an award, so I had to swap it with something else. So one of them is kind of pushing the truth a little bit, but I have got all of the books that I want. So let's start with the physical books that I've got as a physical copy. So the first book was choose a book from the bottom shelf, and I picked Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. It is the newest Ali Hazelwood book, and I'm very excited to read it, so I'll just read what's on the back. Mia Kilgore is 23 and still in the process of figuring out her life. Connor Harkness is 38 and Mia cannot stop thinking about him. It is such a cliche, it almost makes her heart explode. Older man and younger woman, successful biotech guy and struggling grad student, brother's best friend and the girl he never knew existed. As Connor loves to remind her, the power dynamic is too imbalanced. Any relationship between them would be problematic in too many ways to count, and Maya should just get over him. After all, he has made it clear he wants her gone from his life. But everything is not as it seems, and cliches sometimes become plot twists. When Maya's brother decides to get married in Tarina, she and Connor end up sticking together in a romantic Silicon Valley for over a week. They're on a beautiful learning course between ancient ruins, delicious food and natural caves. Maya realises that Connor might be hiding something for her, and as the destination wedding begins to erupt out of control, she decides that a summer fling might be just what she needs, even if it is a problematic one. So yes, I'm excited about that. The next book is to choose a book that's been on your TBR the longest, and I am picking The Crimson Moth by Christine Cicarelli. You probably already know what this book's about, but I'll explain it. The one thing more treacherous than being a witch is falling in love. On the night Rune's life changed forever, blood runs in the city. Now, in the aftermath of a devastating revolution, witches have been diminished from powerful rulers to outcasts, ruthlessly hunted due to their waning magic, and Rune must hide what she is. Spending her days pretending to be nothing more than an average young socialite, Rune spends her nights as a Crimson Moth, a witch vigilante who rescues her kind from being purged. When a rescue goes wrong, Rune decides to throw the witch hunter off her scent by courting the handsome Gideon Sharp, except Gideon is a notorious and unforgiving witch hunter loyal to the revolution, and falling for him could be deadly. So that's that. The next book is a book that's part of a series, and I have started this one, but it is Kingdom of the Feared by Carrie Manasakalo. I can't really explain what happens in this book without spoiling the plot of book 1 and 2. But basically, in book 1, there is a main female character named Emily. Emily. She comes from a family of witches. Her twin sister goes missing, and she needs to find her, so she calls on a demon to help her with it, and it turns out being Wrath, who is one of the 7 deadliest princes from the Kingdom of the Wicked, and he is Prince Wrath. So yes, it is a very good book, and I highly recommend them. I'm on the last book, and I am currently on chapter 6. So yes, I'm really enjoying this. So I'll continue on with that. Okay, now the rest of them are on my Kindle, so I will just put a photo up somewhere, one side, about the books. So, the next book is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, and it is the book, it is the prompt written by a woman, chosen by a woman. Rachel Gillig is obviously a woman, so I will tell you what this book's about. Okay. Elsbeth needs a monster, the monster might be her, which is the tagline. An ancient, merciful spirit is trapped inside Elsbeth's spindled head. She calls him the Nightmare, he protects her, he keeps her secret, but nothing comes to fruit, especially magic. When Elsbeth meets a mysterious highwayman on the forest road, she's thrust into a world of shadows and deception. Together they embark on a dangerous quest to cure the town of Blunder from a dark magic infecting it. As the stakes heighten and their undeniable attraction intensifies, Elspeth is forced to face her darkest secret yet. The nightmare is slowly, darkly taking over her mind, and she might not be able to stop him. So yeah, I'm excited for that. And all of these next 5 books are on my 25 books of 2025. So I'm happy to be knocking off 5 books of this as well. So that's that. The next book is a book with one word title, and I am going to be reading Lightlark by Alex Astor. By Alex Astor, and that book is about every 100 years the island of Lightlark appears to the host of Sentinels, a deadly game with only the rulers of the 6 realms are invited to play. The invitation is a summons, a call to embark victory and ruin, bubbles and blood. The Sentinels offer the 6 rulers one final chance to break the curse that has plagued their realms for centuries. Each ruler has something to hide. Each ruler's curse is uniquely wicked. To destroy the curse, one ruler must die. Isla Crown is the youngest ruler of Windling, a realm of temptress curse to kill anyone they fall in love with. They are feared and despised and are counting on Isla to end their suffering by succeeding to the Sentinels. To survive, Ilsa must lie, cheat and betray, even as love complicates everything. So that's a book with one word title. The next book is a book that has won an award. So the book that I've picked is From Blood and Ash. This was going to be a book that I've had on my TBR the longest, but The Crimson Moth hasn't had an award, so I've had to change it to be this. So this won the Goodreads Choice 2020 winner, so it won a 2020 Goodreads award. Let's see what the From Blood and Ash is. A maiden, chosen from birth to usher in a new era. Poppy's life has never been her own. The life of the maiden is solitary, never to be touched, never to be looked upon, never to be spoken to, never to experience pleasure. Waiting for the date of her ascension, she would rather be with the gods, fighting back the evil that took her family, than preparing to be found worthy by the gods. But the choice was never been hers, a duty. The entire kingdom's future rests on Poppy's shoulders, something not even she's quite sure she wants for herself, because a maiden has a heart and a soul and longing. And when Hawk, a golden-eyed god, honoured bound to ensure her ascension, enters her life, destiny and duty becomes entangled with desire and need. He incites her anger, makes her question everything she believes in, and tempts her with the forbidden, a kingdom forsaken by the gods and feared by mortals. A fallen kingdom is rising once more, determined to take back what they believe is theirs through violence and vengeance. And the shadows of those cursed draw closer, and the line between what's forbidden and what is right becomes blurred. Poppy is not only on the verge of losing her heart and being found unworthy by the gods, but also her life, when every blood-soaked thread that holds her life together becomes unravelled. So that's a book that's won an award. The next book is a book that's published this year. For that, I have gone with A Fate Forged in Fire by Hazel McBride. Again, it's on my 25 books for the year. So, once a territory built on matriarchal rule, Teotine has been without a female heir for centuries. Through a long line of corrupt kings, an oppressive anti-magic teaching has infected the land, leading to the tragic decline of dragons. Amory? Why are none of the people that are named in fantasy names, why are they never easy to say? Amory has been born to lead, gifted with fire magic from the goddess Bridget. For years, she has hidden in the shadows, waiting for the king to die so she could bond to his dragon, claim her birthright, and protect her people. When her carefully laid plans are foiled, Amory is thrust into a deadly game of politics and plots. Her greatest enemy, Prince Fourine, the dragon-riding, fire-wielding royal whose icy arrogance and raw power thwart her every step. But as chaos ensues in the court, Amory and Prince Fourine are forced to forge an uneasy alliance to survive, and in the heart of battle, their mortal hatred ignites something neither of them can control. So that's the book for a book that's published this year. And last but not least, a book that I'm scared to pick up, and I've gone with Iron Widow by Serene J. Zahorn. I'll put it up there. And this book is a science fiction, which is why I'm scared to read it. It's about aliens, I think. So that's a book that I'm scared to pick up. So this book is I have no faith in love. Love cannot save me. I choose vengeance. The boys of Roisin dream of pairing up with girls to pirate Ciceronis, giant forming robots that battle aliens beyond the Great Wall. It doesn't matter that their female co-pilots are expendable or expected to serve as concubines and often die from the mental strain. When 18-year-old Zetrin offers herself up as a concubine pilot, her plan is to assassinate the ace male pilot responsible for her sister's death. But after miraculously surviving her first battle, Zetrin sets her sights on a mighty goal. The time has come to stop more girls from being sacrificed. So, yes, I am planning on reading those 8 books, and fingers crossed I can finish all of the 8. I think I should be able to. So yeah, I am excited to finish all of the books that I've got on my TBR, and I am excited that I'm going to finish hopefully 6 of the books on my 25 books in 2025. I have got 17 left, so if I get 6 done, that'll mean that I've got 11 left for the last 5 months of the year. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe, and let me know what you're reading in July if you have a TBR that you've prepared. I hope to see you next month for August TBR. The next video will be a June wrap up of everything that I read in June, so I will see you for that tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment and subscribe down below, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.